Hi, I'm Lee Grissom, and this is my post for discussion board post on bibliotherapy. We have been asked to read an excerpt from a book, and I will be reading a couple of excerpts from a book entitled 1000 Gifts. This book the author is Anne Voskamp, and it is a compilation of stories from her life as well as inspirational thoughts, and much of it is biblically based as well. I would use this excerpt from this book probably for a number of presenting issues, but mostly loss-based issues, anywhere from the loss of a loved one to death, or loss of a marriage to divorce, loss of a job, infertility, loss of dreams of having a child, any loss type issues that a client or group might be struggling with. I feel like this excerpt, this bibliotherapy, would be effective with those presenting issues. I have music to assist. It's by an artist named Daniel Ortega, and he is playing an old hymn entitled "Great is Thy Faithfulness." I will discuss after reading the excerpt from the book how I would use the music to assist. I would categorize this bibliotherapy as clinical and developmental, possibly in either type need. This could be effectively used. Page 15. Where is God, really? How can He be good when babies die, and marriages implode, and dreams blow away, dust in the wind? Where is grace bestowed when cancer gnaws, and loneliness aches, and nameless places in us soundlessly die, break off without reason, erode away? Where hides this joy of the Lord, this God who fills the earth with good things? And how do I fully live when life is so full of hurt? How do I wake up to joy and grace and beauty and all that is the fullest life when I must stay numb to losses and crushed dreams and all that empties me out? Page 58. I know there is poor and hideous suffering. I've seen the hungry and the guns that go to war. I have lived pain, and my life can tell. I only deepen the wound of the world when I neglect to give thanks for early light dappled through leaves, and the heavy perfume of wild roses in early July, and the song of crickets on humid nights, and the rivers that run, and the stars that rise, and the rain that falls, and all the good things that a good God gives. Why would the world need more anger, more outrage? How does it save the world to reject unabashed joy, when it is joy that saves us? Rejecting joy to stand in solidarity with the suffering doesn't rescue the suffering. The converse does. The brave who focus on all the things good and all things beautiful and all things true, even in the small, who give thanks for it and discover joy even in the here and now. They are the change agents who bring fullest light to all the world. When we lay the soil of our hard lives open to the rain of grace and let joy penetrate our cracked and dry places, let joy soak into our broken skin and deep crevices, life grows. How can this not be the best thing for the world, for us? Page 180. And I think of Jesus' beginning, his supernatural conception. His mother bends the knee and submits her will to God's. Let this happen to me as you say. Luke chapter 1, verse 38. This is a woman, a womb, a hand humbly opening to the perfect will of God. Jesus' mother sings over the dividing cells of his divinity. How my spirit rejoices in God my Savior, for he took notice of his lowly servant girl. He has brought down princes from their thrones and exalted the humble. He has filled the hungry with good things. In Mary's humility, her willingness to die to her expectations and plans, God exalts her. In her submissiveness to his will, he fills her emptiness with fullness of himself. Her refrain of humble, surrendered gratitude quietly sings through all ages. I think of the end of his earthly life. Jesus himself bends the knee in a garden and weeps his own song. Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will but yours be done. Luke 22, verse 42. He opens wide his mouth and accepts. He will drink this cup of suffering too. Why? For the greater joy. Joy now, joy forever. Conceived in grateful humility, Jesus faces death in grateful humility. And I hear it soft too. What all his life speaks. Joy is in the acquiescing. And finally, on page 205, like C.S. Lewis argued, the most fundamental thing is not how we think of God, but rather what God thinks of us. How God thinks of us is not only more important, but infinitely more important. Years of Christian discipleship, Bible study, church going had all been about me thinking about God. Practicing thanksgiving was the very first I had really considered at length what God thought of me. This ridiculous and relentlessly pursuing love, so bold, everything, everywhere, love. This excerpt from 1,000 Gifts can be used when clients or groups are struggling with great loss in their life and trying to understand why and to continue on and enjoy a fulfilling life in the midst of unmet expectations and dreams that have died hard. So I would recommend this book to be used in bibliotherapy. It is written from a Christian perspective, and I would introduce that as so to clients, and they could choose whether or not this would be an appropriate book for them. I will attempt to attach a recording of Daniel Ortega's Great is Thy Faithfulness. I think I would use this piece of music at the beginning of a group session or a one-on-one session with a client, and just allow them to listen to the music, which is very soothing. Focus on the words of the music, then maybe move into the session to discuss the issues that they're struggling with, and then finish with a homework assignment of bibliotherapy, possibly reading a chapter of this book a week, and then some discussion.
Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever wilt be. Summer and winter, and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see.